Good evening. Welcome to Current Affairs, February 19th, 2016. So today's news is that in Arunachal Pradesh, the present rule has been lifted off. So this has paved for the formation of the government. And we have to wait and watch. So tomorrow, what are the developments that are going to take place? But kindly remember that one. So for quite some period, I was talking about Arunachal Pradesh, President's rule and the developments. So it is going to be turned into a very, very interesting scenario, especially for our examination point of view. So many constitutional questions are still going to come up in this particular issue. So how these are going to be tackled? So with respect to Jat community, so people who are fighting for reservations in Haryana and who protested very severely all these days, it seems that the Haryana government has agreed for looking into this case, and the Chief Minister has made a promise that soon a bill will be introduced in the legislature and the necessary reservations will be provided. So obviously what will happen? A particular community demands reservation and other communities which are already availing the reservations, they definitely feel that their quota will be reduced. So again, the agitations will be starting from the other side. So these are all the very, very sensitive situations with respect to country like India. Is that okay? On one side, we talk something about the people talk about ill about the nation, which is very, very unfortunate. So this anti-nation elements, okay. So this anti-social elements, anti-constitutional elements, so many are there, so many sensitive issues. All these are important, and the effectiveness of the government lies in handling all these issues very, very smoothly, right? Next, with respect to Kanhaiya Kumar, who moved the Supreme Court yesterday with respect to his bail petition that has been rejected by the Supreme Court, and the court asked him to move the Delhi High Court. So again, what is going to happen? Whether he will be given the bail or not, we have to wait and watch. But remaining all people who made slogans against India, so they are still not caught. And with respect to ex-professor of Delhi University, Jawaharlal Nehru University, Mr. Gilani, Professor Gilani, so he was denied bail by the local court. So these are all the sensitive issues that are happening in the country. So today I would like to focus on a particular issue at the international level, that is with respect to South China Sea. The name itself is indicating. So this is a sea that is present towards the south of China. So many names are given to this particular sea. In China, it is called South China Sea. In Vietnam, it is called East Sea. So because this is present towards east of Vietnam. But what exactly is this issue? So we are talking about the sea. So we are talking about the waters. And why there is a dispute with respect to these waters. In the recent past also, you might have observed, even American naval forces, so they patrolled in this particular area. And China has expressed its anger. America has no role in our area. You should not enter it. And the recent statement, so according to Chinese news, is that United States of America and India, so they are planning for joint patrolling in South China Sea. Immediately it was objected by China, and India also condemned this. India condemned this. India will not work under the directions of any particular country. India will work only under the directions of the United Nations flag. The decisions must be taken in the UNO. Then only India is going to abide by that. Clear? This is India's most important foreign policy. Clear? That's the point number one. Number two, why are you fighting regarding the waters? See, water is also the one of the important resources. One of the important resources. It seems that larger amount of resources are present in the so-called China Sea, South China Sea. And with respect to this particular area, because the resources are present, every country which is present in that particular area, they wanted to have their domination in that area so that they can enjoy those resources. Resources, as I was telling you so many number of times, is the most crucial for any country. So now with respect to South China Sea, right? Of course, I'll be showing you this after some time, the picture also. But if you have world map beside you, please have a look at this. You know the location of China. Look at China and look at southwards of China. So you can see South China Sea very clearly written. And I want you to observe the bordering countries. So meaning all the countries which are there in this particular circle. Is that okay? So this is very, very important. And every country is expressing its share. But China, being a powerful country in this area, it started building islands also. Artificial islands. Artificial islands. Of course, already there are so many islands are there which are submerged, which are already submerged in the waters. And China is constructing artificial islands, and it is establishing naval base and air base there. So obviously that shows the domination of China in that particular area. Now, obviously, the Chinese domination may not be accepted by United States of America because United States of America wants its own domination in the entire world. In this area, if China became very, very powerful, that will be a threat to United States of America. So this war of words is going on. But the recent point is that, according to Chinese authorities, United States of America and India are going to conduct the joint patrolling in this particular area to stop the domination of China in this area. India said no. India said no. India always says that for the peaceful operations throughout the world, India is that country since the beginning. And India does not expect any rift or dispute with any other country. Being a member in the United Nations organization, UNO, India wants to work under the resolutions that are passed by UNO. India wants to work according to the directions under United Nations flag, not on any independent or individual country's flag. India said no. But if a decision tomorrow is taken by UNO, which may not happen, if the decision is taken by UNO, India will definitely take part in that one. But as of now, there is no such idea. Clear? That's it. Clear? Now I'll show you see the document. What is India's interest in South China Sea? Right? As of now, India is very, very clear. We have no intention of entering into those waters. We have no intention of patrolling, right? Nor joint patrolling along with the United States of America, because our foreign policy is not that. We always extend our friendly hand towards other nations. We don't want any disputes. But if any resolution is passed by United Nations organization, then India will take action, right, along with the other members in the UNO, but not separately. Am I clear? This is one very, very important one. Now I will show you the picture. Please have a look at this. Have a look at this. You can see. Can you see on the screen? China, And you can have a look at like blue color ring. You can see that entire area is South China Sea. For the purpose of examination, I want you to remember the bordering nations. Is that clear? Have a look at this. Not just now, even after the completion of the class, I want you to seriously look towards the world map. South China Sea. Can you see something like Parasil Islands here? Always there in the news. Okay. Spratly Islands, always there in the news. I told you already, in Vietnam, this particular city is called East Sea. Is that okay? For China, it is South China Sea, and South China Sea is the general name that is used. Can you also see Philippines? Right? Hope I am clear. Now I am going further. Can you see this Brunei? Malaysia, right? Now, so I am going further. Now let me show you the points. Have a look at this. China has reacted very angrily to the reports of possible joint patrolling by the United States and India in the South China Sea. The report has reached China. How far it is genuine report, we don't know, but China reacted angrily. When United States of America alone went for the patrolling, China expressed its anger. And when it comes to joint patrolling by USA and India, definitely China reacts, and it has reacted. But India said nothing like that. And China said that the region should not be militarized by countries from outside area. So this is the, according to China, please. Right, all the bordering countries, if you want to make a claim, let's sit together, let's decide together. But how come the countries which are outside from this area, how can they come and militarize this area? This is the argument from the Chinese side. But outside world is also showing interest on this area because this particular area only China wants to dominate. When you look at remaining other countries in this particular area, they are weaker countries when compared to China. That's the reason why external world wants to enter into this. So this is the reason why United States of America is also interested in this area. Okay, look at this. China lays claim to most of the South China Sea, but is locked in dispute with Malaysia, Philippines, Taiwan, Brunei, Vietnam over the ownership of islands in this region. Right? Just now I have shown you the map, and you have come across with all these countries, please. Malaysia, Philippines, Taiwan, Brunei, and Vietnam over the ownership of islands in this region. Is it okay? Look at this. Next point. China said, no cooperation between any countries should be directed at a third party. Meaning, what are all the countries just now I told you, you don't try to seek any cooperation from any other third party. Meaning, on this particular issue, don't talk to United States of America, don't talk to India or any other country. This is our area, let us settle it. So this is the argument made by the China. Look at this. Look at this. I'm highlighting another point. Countries from outside the area must stop pushing forward the militarization of the South China Sea, cease endangering the sovereignty and national security of littoral countries. Littoral means these are the coastal countries. Just now I have shown you the map, and you have seen all the countries which are there surrounding. So they are called littoral countries. In the name of freedom of navigation and harming the peace and stability of a region. Meaning is simple. Right. So this is a request or announcement made by the so-called China. other countries, please do not enter into this area. Don't try to militarize this area. Don't try to spoil our peace and our sovereignty in this particular area. So this is what is the statement that is made by the China. Now, once again, I'm opening the document so you can have a look at this. Okay. Note, I have given something like note here. Littoral means coastal. Now, please have a look at this. China said that we hope that the relevant parties speak and act with caution. Relevant parties means what? Just now I have shown you the countries which are surrounding this area. Okay, and these are the relevant parties. They are expected to speak and act with caution. Refrain from intervening in the South China Sea issue and especially avoid being manipulated by certain countries and ultimately harming their own interests. Is it okay? Now see here what India said with the statement that is made by China. India said that this report, whatever you got, is highly speculative. There's no truth in this one. India said that the country had never conducted joint patrols with any other country and there was no change in the government's policy. Right? Kindly remember, this is a major India's foreign policy. Is it okay? Look at this next. Joining an international military effort will be under only under the UN flag. In the brackets I have written, this is India's general foreign policy since beginning. India never says no, but if it is under UN flag, then only will come forward. Look at this. China has become more assertive in the region and has been building airfields and increasing its naval presence. Obviously, China is the most powerful country in this region and it will try to establish that. Is that clear? Now, so let me come back and so with this South China Sea, I would like to stop here. Please follow this one. It is one of the very important international issues. Is that okay? So thank you so much for being with me this evening. I'll see you in the next class. Till then, I wish you all the very best. Thank you so much. Good night.